Hello, class 103. I'm Nick Teacher, and today is Thursday, March 5th, 2020. Today we're going to be doing AHA Grammar, page 104. So, take out AHA Grammar, page 104. Okay, pause the video if you have to. But let's get started. So, Unit 23, Grammar Point. Let's learn. So, how. So the word how, okay? So, how are you? I'm fine. How do you go to school? I go to school by bus. And then when we have how plus an adjective, we have the question, okay? So, how old is he? He is 10 years old. How many pens does she have? She has 12 pens. Okay? So let's keep going. Let's say, how is she? She is sad. How old are you? I am 11 years old. How do you get there? We get there by bus. How much bread is there? There is a lot of bread. And then we go down more. How does he go to America? He goes to America by airplane. How many pets do you have? I have 2 pets. Okay, so when you ask a question, you can say how. You say, how are you? Or you can say an adjective with how. So, how many pens do you have? So those are 2 ways of asking a question with the word how. Okay, so now, let's go to the next page. Without folding. So, read and circle. So if you look at number 1, how old, I don't want you to see my answers. How old or how is he? Well, the answer is he is fine. So if you say how old is he, that answer doesn't make any sense. But if you say how is he is fine. Okay? So because it's is after, it's how is he. You don't need an adjective, okay? So for A, do questions 1 to 6 and we will answer them together on the board, okay? So pause the video, answer questions 1 to 6, and we will do them together. All right, so we answered number 1, so let's do number 2. We have, okay, how much, how, okay? Much, how salt is there. Okay, so how much salt is there, or much how salt is there? So what did we learn? We learned that it's how and then an adjective. So the answer for number 2, how much salt is there? There is some salt. So a trick is to look at the answer and see if it makes sense with your answer in the question, okay? So let's do, that's number 2. Let's do number 3. So we have how old or old how are you? Now remember, it's how plus an adjective to the question, okay? So if you look at this one, how old are you? Or old how are you? Well, this one's easy. How old are you? Okay, now, question 4. we have how many there, oh, whoops. How many cats, there are there? Okay, so we have how many cats there are, or how many cats are there? So oftentimes when you do when you're asking a question, you're going to invert the verb. So now which one makes sense? How many cats there are? That's not right. How many cats are there? Okay? So how many cats are there? So that is your answer for number 4. Number 5. Okay. How do you do? Get there. Okay. So number 5. How do you get there? Or how you do get there? So again, because it's a question, the verb comes before, right? So how do you get there? Okay, so it's kind of backwards like that for questions. So the answer here is how do you get there? And number 6. Okay, now we're back on the how. Remember, how comes at the beginning when asking a question like this. So number 6, does how she feel, or how does she feel? Well, we know that how comes at the beginning, so it's going to be how does she feel? Okay? How does she feel? So make sure you have the right answers. Check them, pause the video, and then we're going to move on to B. So I'm going to erase, so get it right. Okay. So, B, look and write. So number 1's already done. Let's start on number 2. So, can I, without showing you my answers? Okay. So, she is sick. Okay? So how would you ask her the way she is feeling, right? How do you ask that? Well, we have blank, blank, she, right? Well, we know that we've been working with how, so how comes at the beginning, how. And then, how is she? How is she? She is sick. Let's go to number 3. If you want to do it all by yourself and check after, pause the video, do it all by yourself, and then we'll come back and check. But I'm going to keep going. So, we have blank, blank, you get there. Well, we know that we've been working with the letter H word, how. So how you get there, I get there by bite. We're missing a word. So what do you guys think it is? It's a verb, right? So how do you get there? How do you get there? Okay, let's move on to number 4. Okay, blank, blank, milk. Does he have? Okay, so blank, blank milk does he have? He has some milk. Remember at the beginning, we had the adjective in there, right? So when you're asking how much, there's your adjective, how much milk does he have? Okay, how, adjective, and then that's your question, okay? Number 5. We have blank, blank. Pencils are there. Okay, blank, blank. Pencils are there. There are 11 pencils. So we're clearly asking for an adjective about the pencils. And when there's an adjective, we already know the formula for that. You have how. And we want to know the quantity. So when it's a quantity like that, we want how many. How many pencils are there? And the last one, number 6. Tall. Oh. Whoops. How is he? Okay, so blank blank is he. He is 150 centimeters tall. So we want an adjective, right? We want to know how tall he is. So, how tall is he? Okay? Move that up just to make it easier for you to see. Perfect. Okay, so make sure you have the correct answers. When you are done, we're going to move on. So pause the video, make sure you got the right ones, and then we're going to move on to the next page, okay? Pause. Okay, so on the next page, we have a picture, look and write. So if we look at number one, we're looking at how is she, right? Let's look at number 1. We see the woman. She is angry, right? She is angry, this woman. So how is she? You're asking about their mood. She is angry. Number 2. So we're talking about she has a lot of juice, right? So if you look at number 2, we're looking at the juice. There's a lot of juice. So we want to know the juice, about the juice, right? So what question are we going to ask? Number 2, when we have an adjective, right? We want to know about the juice, how the juice is. So number 2, how much? Okay? What do we have for time? 12 minutes. How much juice does she have? Okay, number 3, if we're looking at the hands, we want to know about the hands of number 3, the hands of the people, right? So we want to know an adjective. Actually, no, we don't want to know an adjective. We want to know about the hands, right? So, how are, okay? How are their hands? Okay? Number 4, she has 6 muffins. So we want to know about the muffins. Number 4, you look at the muffins. We want to know about the muffins. So it's an adjective. And in the adjective, it's always how plus the adjective. How many? How many muffins does she have? Okay, number 5. How do they, so their feelings. You want to know about their feelings, okay? So you ask someone about their feelings. So how do they feel? How do they feel? And the last one, number 6, we're asking about the balls. We want to know about the balls, okay? So we're doing adjectives, and in adjectives we have how plus the adjective many. How many balls are there? Okay? Pause the video to make sure you have those answers. We're going to move on to D, okay? So D, we have the answer. I am 10 years old. So the question would be, how old are you? So if we look at 2, he is tired. So the question is, we want to know about him, how he is feeling. So we want to know how someone is feeling. We're going to say, how is he? Okay? Number 3, the answer is, she is 160 centimeters tall. So really, we want to know an adjective about the woman, right? So when we do that, we have how, and then the adjective tall is she. Okay? When we want to get an adjective, we have how plus the adjective as our answer. Number 4, they come here by subway. So now we want to know about how they got here. So we're going to say for, we say how do they come here, right? How do they come here, okay? So we want to know the way. Number 4 is asking about the way they do things. So we say, how do they do this? Number 5, it has 4 legs. So we want an adjective, right? We want to describe how many legs this thing has. So when it's an adjective, we do how plus the adjective, how many. Always how and then the adjective. Legs does he have? It have. And number 6, we want to know about cheese. We want an adjective about the cheese. So there is some cheese. So we are going to go back to how plus the adjective, how much, and then cheese is there. Okay? How much cheese is there? So make sure you have these answers. I'm going to erase them. So pause the video. Make sure you have them. Now, see if you can do A and B by yourself. So pause the video, and then we are going to correct together. Okay? So pause the video. Boop. And we're back. So, she says, I am fine. So we want to know about their feelings. So we say, how are you? Okay? And then here, I have, I can't read that upside down. I have no storybooks. I have only comic books. So it's an adjective, right? So in adjectives, it's always, how many storybooks do you have? We want to know how many storybooks. So how many? How plus an adjective. And we come down here. He is sick. Well, we want to know how he's feeling. So we say, how is he? We want to know how someone is feeling. We say, how is he? Let me move on. Ha ha ha. He is drinking. I can't see what that says. He is drinking some soda. Ha ha ha. He's drinking some soda. So we want to know what the person is doing. And the question is going to be, how much medicine does he take? How much medicine does he take? Ha ha ha. He is drinking some soda. How much medicine does he take? Okay. All right, let's move on. B is to just read. Read and correct. How he is? How he is. The correction will be, how is he? How medicine does he take? Well, that's not how it is. We know it's how plus the adjective. How much medicine does he take? Or how you. When we want to know how someone is, we say, how are you? How and then the verb, you. How many storybooks do you have? How many storybooks do you have? That one is correct. How plus the adjective. Okay? That is our lesson for today, 103. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions, email any teacher and we can help you. Other than that, that's it. Bye.